And welcome to another week of Light to My Path, our 2025 Bible reading plan. This week we are continuing to read the Gospel of John, reading John 5 through John 9. I hope as you've been reading, like I said last week, Philip's invitation to Nathanael, right, is to come and see. And it's come and see how Jesus is the one who fulfills the law and the prophets. Come and see how Jesus fulfills all of the hopes and the promises of the Old Testament, and even some of the stories of the Old Testament. Like, Jesus is the fulfillment of those. You see it in the way that he performs these signs and the miracles, the way that he kind of takes over, not takes over, he kind of redefines the festivals of the Jewish people, the Festival of Booths. I think that'll be this week. But take, for instance, the story of Jesus feeding the people, feeding the 5,000 in John 6. We'll read this on Tuesday. This is clearly meant to remind us of the time when God provided food, manna, for the Israelites, right, in the Exodus back then. So like back then, God would give this bread of life that would go away after a day. But Jesus, in verse 35, says, I am the bread of life. So he's like, it's not just a repeat, it's a complete fulfillment of all the Old Testament promises. I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never be hungry, right? Will never be thirsty. The problem with the manna in the wilderness is you ate it for a day, and that was wonderful, but then the next day you had to go back and get it again. The problem with the water from the rock is you drank it, and that was great, but then the next day you were thirsty again. Jesus is the fulfillment of all of these things. So I want to encourage you, as you're reading it this week, think about it in those terms. You know, if you can, think back to those great stories in the Old Testament and those great moments. And if you're not familiar with those, then as you're reading, like, you can actually just type into Google, for instance, like what Old Testament stories does John 6 refer to? And then you can go back and read those great stories. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy this week of reading. It is every chapter from the Gospel of John, I hope you're getting this, is phenomenal. They're long, so you have to put a little more time aside. But they're packed full. The way that John writes stories are so, it's so rich, it's so deep. There's just so much to it. It's just great. And so I really just hope that you enjoy this week of reading. I want to close just by pointing you to the end of chapter 6. After this teaching about the bread of life, and Jesus is the bread of life, and how difficult it is, how hard it is to understand, and all these disciples go away. And Jesus turns to them and says, do you want to go away too? Right? He turns to his disciples, do you want to go away too? And Peter's answer, and this is exactly right. This is where Peter gets it exactly right. Lord, to whom can we go? You have the words of life. That's why we read scripture. That's why we follow Jesus. That's why we see how the scriptures, in all their moments, point to Jesus, because he has the words of life. He is, as we read in John 1, he is the word of life. All right, have a great week of reading. Talk to me, ask me questions. I'd love to hear from you. Take care.